In this video, we fish in a river that has not been touched in over 100 years, except for a handful of very lucky anglers. And now, I'm one of them.
Yep. Be rewarded. Oh, he's a nice fish.
Oh, that's a cracker.
Wow. That was so sick.
That is insane. That's a monster.
So did you say you've been coming here since you were 8?
8, probably younger than that, to be honest with you.
Really? And yesterday you turned 28.
So at least 20 years, 20, 22 years roughly.
Crazy.
It's a spot I can get away to, have it all to myself, relax.
You don't relax when you fish, mate. You are like a machine. There's no such thing as relaxing.
Just don't stop, mate. There's fish to be caught, so I need to catch them.
Will Thorpe really is the young gun of Tasmanian fishing. He is sponsored by Wilson Australia, and so that we have a connection there. And I first fished with him in 2023 chasing monster bream, and then he gave me an amazing invitation to a place that really has not been touched in over 100, 150 years. And it's great spending time with Will because he's just so dedicated. He works so hard when he's fishing, and it's a rare thing to see a guy with such an incredible passion for fishing.
You ever gone fishing, and fishing's really good, and you're there with a mate, and you say to your mate, could you just imagine how good it would have been 100 years ago or 200 years ago in this spot? Well, the next few days is the closest that I think I'm ever going to come to experiencing that step back in time. My good mate down here, Will Thorpe, he's family friends with the owners of this property, and they've just been so generous in letting us come here and stay in their old shearer shed. And fish this river. There's some monstrous brown trout in here, a lot of small ones, but a lot of really big brown trout we hope to find. And they've just thrived. They were introduced into Tassie in 1864, and since that time, trout all over the country have just flourished. And in this particular location, they're all brown trout, and they're just untouched. These trout have never seen lures before. So it really will be like stepping back in time and fishing a natural river system that is just pure.
The plan over the next few days is to just wander the edge of this beautiful river. But there's some challenges here. We're coming from a very warm environment, and we're going to be getting up to some really, really cold weather. As most people know, Tasmania can be freezing, absolutely freezing. And when you're not used to it, that's pretty tough. It's just so worth it to be able to be in such an incredible place.
Yeah, you said it got down to -5 this morning. Well, that was a pretty comfortable -5, to be perfectly honest. I think because there was no wind, eh? Let's go. Punch one in. You go. No, you go. You go. Oh, look at that one there.
Too deep. All the way into it.
To think that there's literally only been a handful of people that have fished this in so many years. You think about that, and then you just go straight into fishing mode, where you just like, that's all forgotten, and you just, how many fish do we see in here? 8, 9?
More than that, there was 8 in that first section just there.
You see them bow waving away, they just followed the lures but didn't eat. And I'm just so excited to be here, like it's just so beautiful. And that sun, how good does it feel? It's going to be toasty today.
Oh, it's going to be warm. See,
From -5. Hey?
See my eyelids? I wonder why it's a bit harder to wind, they're freezing over.
Oh, they are too.
Unreal.
Should I pump one more in here?
Yeah, just pump one. Try get one up the middle if you can.
Oh yeah.
For me personally, I have a very strong connection with Tasmania. I mean, I had my honeymoon there nearly 27 years ago, and I've been travelling there ever since. Just fell in love with the place. It really does have a feeling of being untouched. And, you know, so many of the places we visit on the east coast of Australia, you know, they're fished really, really heavy. But down in Tassie, I mean, you can be the only person out on the water for days at a time. And that is a pretty special thing. It's beautiful, it's challenging, and the people are fantastic, and of course the fishing, well, that can be next level.
Oh, it doesn't help when you hit the tree. Oh, that's not too bad. Wow, I'm going to get a photo of that. I've had a few fish follow now, so I've got them coming towards me, but they're just turning away at the last second, and it can be colour, it can be the speed of them, a retrieval, it could be the clean water, it could be anything. But first thing I'll always do is just, I changed up the speed, that didn't seem to matter, so I'm going to change the lure.
No matter how long you've been fishing with lures, and how many places you've been to, and how many fish you've caught in the past, when you approach a new location, you really need to work it out.
Oh my gosh.
That was cool.
Huh? Huh?
Roast her like a brim.
So that'd be about the average size in here, eh?
Just a standard fish, river fish, but awesome conditioned.
Oh, perfect, mate. Like, there's not one thing wrong with any fin. Every scale is perfect, super healthy.
Very silver in this river too.
Yeah, they
so
are,
water
aren't they?
quality is just such
And what's
a nice fish.
isn't it amazing? Every single brown trout has its own. I mean, for the thousands of them out there, their own pattern.
Unique padding, especially especially on the gills. It's pretty much like your thumbprint that you have.
Really?
Everyone's different, so.
That is a beautiful fish, mate. Oh, I can't wait to get my first. I'm excited.
Reckon I'll pull one out there?
Go for it, man.
I've got it.
Wow, looks good. Absolutely cracking day. But these fish, they'll spook so easy, especially with this clear day, blue sky, and the dumbass that wore white. Will's eyes are so well trained to this. His peripheral vision just picks up any ripple on the water. Oh, there's one, there's one. He's seen 3 before we see 1. He's been doing it since he was 8. 20 years he's been fishing here.
I'm gonna fix my soft one there.
Come on, Will, get me onto one, mate. Still on it? Got it. Got him. Oh, beautiful fish. That's gorgeous. Look at him. A little bit bigger, eh?
Yeah.
A little bit.
The attitude of the fish just charged it.
Yeah, he wanted it, eh?
And it's just, you know that fish is going to eat.
Yeah.
Refused, back in, bring it back, and it's come up, T-boned it, bang. But it's always worth, you know, you can fish a hole for a dozen casts, not see a fish, and then one will just appear from anywhere, bang.
Will you keep fishing here for a little while?
Yeah, we'll probably put, I don't know,
2 more casts in?
another 6 casts, and then we'll move up to the next one, but they'll sit on the bottom, and you just will not see them, and then get that good cast, and they'll come up, but...
That was cool. Oh, there goes one. Really?
Behind it, he's going to eat it. Oh, he's missed it. Oh, there's another one. Got him.
Oh my gosh, you're a fish catching machine.
There's 2 of them on it. This one got to it first.
Young Will fishes this place so confidently, but after watching him for a while and getting the hang of it, I managed to hook my first fish.
On the net.
Nah, it's only a little fella. First one of the trip for me. Nice little fish. It's just a little fella. They get a hell of a lot bigger in here, but that is just so cool. Hey Will, I caught one.
You did. They'll come to you now, mate. They'll fall like dominoes.
Oh, just as much as it's nice to catch them, it's nice to see them swim through too. Off you go, buddy. Thank you. As Will gets another one. It's a bit bigger.
A bit bigger.
Good job. Toughest time of the day and we get 2.
Yeah.
What did you switch out to, mate? What are you using?
I went to a little stick bait, one of the Wilson Fish Art Wrigglies.
I heard they're all right, eh?
Little 50mm stick bait.
Yeah, and they're pretty cheap lure too, aren't they?
Yeah, like $17 I think.
Yeah, right.
Very competitive compared to everything else, but there's not many sinking stick baits in the market, and these ones just fit the bill perfectly.
Yeah.
But I've retrofitted smaller trebles just to get a slower stink rate.
Yeah.
But perfect.
Very nice. He's on it. Oh, eat it. Eat it. Pick a fish. Eat it. Oh, got it.
Oh, that's cool.
That
I'll
must
get the
be-
net for that one.
Yeah, it's bigger fish. That was so cool. Came up 3 or 4 times to eat that. That's a cool fish. That was so good. Yes. That's what we've come for right there.
How's that? Free fish in the space of like 5 or 6 casts.
Yeah, crazy. That's a beautiful fish. Oh, look at that guy. Oh, happy days. He'd be about, I reckon about £2. Yeah, that £2 fish. In a wild stream. And the relatives were brought here in 1864. And this guy is a direct relative of those, and it is thriving. Spectacular fish. This fish has probably never seen a lure in its life. Never seen anything like what you're looking at now. Very, very nice fish. So happy. Thank you so much. It's trying to eat it. Got it. Dropped it. Oh.
Oh, you're still there waiting for it. Get your cast in there quickly. should be still there. He probably went straight down to the bottom. Just put it a little bit further, like another 1.5 meters.
Out the back?
Out the back a bit more. More towards that side to your left.
Oh, he's on
there
it.
he is. There he is. Oh.
Got him.
I'll get the net for that one. That was cool.
That was sick. See, Will teases them up for me,
And you come through.
then I'll come through and snag them.
Get him just in case.
That's cool. That was so cool. Watch
bogged.
it eat it. Thanks, brother. Oh, wow. Look at the red spots on this guy. He's beautiful.
How's that?
I
Tease
just
him
don't,
up.
I just don't get sick of catching them.
Oh, they're the best fish, mate.
That's
They're
just
awesome. Especially when you get them so aggressive like that you get multiple takes and you see them come up and eat it.
Now, that's what I
Good.
call getting me onto a fish.
Freaking surf straight to you.
You get a little bit down, you're not used to the area, and then you just got to adjust your technique a little bit. Watch the dude that's next to you that fishes it all the time, who's absolutely braining it. So I've just slowed down, twitch, lots of twitches. It's very slow wind. And these things here, Realus Rosant, yeah, that's how you pronounce it, Rosant, 63 SP, little suspending thing. These are just absolute trout killers, little duos. They're cool, eh? Yeah.
It is pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful, spectacular.
You won't see it anywhere else though.
This land or this river is surrounded by farming land, grazing land, and there's thousands of sheep cruising around the place. They also grow things like turnips on there, and you know, it's just beautiful. It really is. It's just beautiful on either side. But then as you walk off that grazing land and you come to this river, and the grazing land's sort of behind you and the river's in front of you, you're in an instant you're transported to what it was like hundreds and hundreds of years ago. It has not changed. It is exactly the same. So yeah, just a spectacular place.
Another nice one, well done, mate.
No matter how long you've been fishing with lures and how many places you've been to and how many fish you've caught in the past, when you approach a new location, you really need to work it out. And the best thing to do is look to the guy next to you that's been doing it for 20 odd years and see what he's doing and see how the fish are responding to the way he fishes his lure. So after working that out, the fish really started to come thick and fast.
Oh, that's a nice fish.
Yeah, beautiful fish.
That's a lovely fish, eh?
Yeah.
Is that bigger? How big is that one, you reckon?
Nah, a little bit smaller than that last bigger one you caught.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not huge, but like incredibly real pretty colours, red dots.
Yes. Oh yeah, a little bit small. Beautiful looking fish though. Gorgeous. See you, mate. Thank you. Really?
Oh, look at that, that's a good fish.
Oh, that's a cracker. That is a cracking fish.
Nice.
Yes.
That's more like it.
Yeah, that's easy sort of 4 pound.
It's getting up there.
Yeah.
Look at the colours of it. It's so golden.
Beautiful. What a cracking fish.
That was awesome. So I wasn't paying attention, I just turned around. As I managed to look at my lure, he just come up and
Cracked
just T-boned
it.
it. See how hard he-
My knee is killing me. Yeah. Oh, left knee.
Well, that was definitely a fish.
It's a fish?
Yeah, it's not there anymore. It's quite substantial weight. I think it was.
Bloody good at spotting them.
What's really beautiful about this style of fishing is that you get to walk and fish. You're not just stuck in a boat somewhere. You actually get to walk and take in the environment around you, you know, the other animals, the birds, the sound of the stream itself. And I think for a lot of fishers, it's actually so good for your brain health. Like, I know for me, fishing is something that I turn to keep me sane. Now, I know for young Will, it's exactly the same thing. And I know there's millions of fishers out there that they do the same. They go to fish because it takes them away. And doing this style of walking and fishing really immerses you in the location.
Some of the best fishing for trout is late afternoon. We're gonna get some beautiful light this afternoon. Oh, fish on it. Yeah, he's on it. Come on. Yep, beautiful. Well done, mate. That was lovely. Yeah, a bit more of this is the plan. Oh, he's reasonable.
He's a nice fish.
But coming up here, we've got some bigger pools, so we're in a different area. We had a bit of a rest, had a meat pie, a cup of coffee. We're just going to walk our way up here, and we're going to come back on this big pool right here. We've seen a lot of fish already. Look at that. That's a cracker.
That's a nice fish.
Yeah.
Just off the surface too.
Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Seen a lot of fish rising here, so, oh, there goes one there. Oh, look at that. So hopefully we're going to come back, and I'm actually going to try a surface lure this afternoon. I've never caught a trout on surface lure. In fact, I've never seen one on camera, apart from a fly, like a dry fly. But yeah, we'll give that a go this afternoon as well. Yeah, sending back. So we keep casting this a bit, you reckon? Or just
Yeah,
keep
it'd be
going?
worth it. Yeah, if you fish cast out there, just fish it high as you can, rod tip up high.
It's that shallow, eh?
Yeah. I know there's a big log out there somewhere.
So far, so good. I mean, it really is. I keep using the word special, but it is. It's a very special place, and we're loving it. Catching lots of, you know, small trout. But for me, I want to catch a big trophy trout in a stream. I've never done it. You know, something 3, 4, 5 pound in a little skinny river. That to me is special, and that's what I've come here for. So I'm so hoping in the time we have left here, that big fish comes along, and yeah, that would just be very, very special. A great memory.
In a little section like this, you can see the water's coming down this way. And if you have a look over there, just to the left-hand side of that log coming in the water, there's a back eddy. And that's where your trout will sit, where the water's not flowing as hard. And it's a great ambush point. They don't have to work as hard to sit in the current, and they'll just sit there like that, and anything that comes floating past them is fair game, whether it's a small fish or a little, you've got little shrimp in here too, don't you?
Yeah, little shrimp.
Little shrimp and yabbies and all sorts of bits and pieces. But that little back eddy in there is a prime spot to target, whether it's with a little lure like we're using or a fly. It's absolutely the perfect little ambush point. It's playing with you. Oh, oh, oh. How did he not eat that? Will said we were walking 5Ks. He lied. A little bit sore. It was a lot further than that, but well worth it. Well worth it. Spectacular place. Oh, this guy, he can't turn off. He's worse than I am.
That's the other thing about fishing is the relationships that you build along the way. Like, so, you know, there's a 20-odd year age gap between me and Will, and we met on Instagram, which kind of sounds like we're dating, but we're not. But we have this commonality, and it's fishing. And we've now done 2 epic trips together. And that's what fishing does. It brings people together. One thing about trekking through this place is physically, I must admit, I'm feeling it. I kind of twisted my knee the day earlier, and as I said before, you're not standing in a boat. You're actually walking up and down hills and climbing through fences, and we're hoping that today we might keep a couple of trout as well and smoke them up. I just love smoked trout. I mean, what more could you ask for in Tasmania? Some smoked trout, some good Tasmanian red wine. Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me.
Serenity is ridiculous. Occasionally you hear a car off in the distance and it echoes through the valley, but aside from that, you're just hearing sheep and birds and running water. It's a pretty cool escape, really. No mobile phone reception out here, and you're just focused on the next spot to cast at. It really takes you out of the ordinary, which is so good.
Got him.
Oh, nice one.
Nice.
Oh, that's a cracker.
Beached himself.
Right on the water's edge, eh?
Yeah. Give no time to fight, just straight on the bank.
That's a
Nice
beautiful
fish though.
These are wild caught fish, and our imprint on these fish is virtually zero. They're all catch and release, so to take 1 or 2 fish.
I struggle to take a handful of fish each season, so.
Handful, yeah, right. So certainly not going to be depleting any stocks.
Exactly. And
Very important for anglers to remember that. These rivers, dams, they're absolutely full of these fish. So to take home a feed now and then, there is nothing wrong with that.
exactly right, mate.
Let's not give up our right to catch, kill.
You buy your licence, you earn your right to keep a few fish each season.
That's right.
So.
Yep.
And this one's going to be tasty
On the
tonight.
smoker.
Nice glass of red wine, a bit of smoked trout.
Oh, stop it.
Beautiful.
Very civilised.
So the way to humanely kill a trout, if you want to keep them, the idea is to break their gills here, which will bleed them out, as you can see. Blood will start to flow, and then go back, break its neck, spine, and then yeah, that's your fish. Perfect. Oh, there's a fish on it, I've got to get out of its way. It's a nice fish.
Is it?
I could hook that fish so easy if I wanted to, I don't know about landing.
It's a big one?
Similar to that one.
Get down there, mate. Oh, look at all that bubble stuff there. There'd be fish in there for sure.
Oh, you come charging up, I just cranked it out of his way so he couldn't eat it.
Why?
Because I don't know about landing it. Might be able to lift it up maybe, but...
Oh. Yep.
Oh, he's a nice fish.
Yeah, he's a good fish, mate. Ooh,
Oh, he's a cracker. Look at
that's
the
a
colours
real
on
one,
it.
I think. Yeah, look at the
Take
colour.
him easy. Oh, look at him.
Oh, that's what we've come for. Look at that, the skinniest bit of creek we've fished.
We'll get him in this gap here. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that. Thanks, Will.
Good stuff, mate. That's
Cheers,
a proper
mate.
quality fish.
And to think, this is literally what, 5-6 metres wide.
Probably one of the smallest sections in the river, this little bit here, but it goes to show you never know where they're going to sit.
No, you don't. That was very cool. Oh, I got to get a photo of this sucker.
That's a big beautiful.
River fishing like this, you typically find those smaller trout in other parts of the country, you know, like in southern New South Wales, you get brook trout, little rainbows, but to get a brown trout like that, 4-pound trout like that in a tiny little creek, it just shows it has no pressure, hey?
Exactly right.
No pressure. A little mark on his head there.
Yeah, got to run him with a bird probably one stage of his life.
What's interesting about these fish too is that people often think old man trout, you know.
Yeah.
But these fish really only live 5 to 7 years maximum.
This fish could be 3 years old, it could be 6, but
Yeah.
most likely a young fish. A lot of food in this river and they're put on condition.
Yeah.
But no, for a river like this, absolute trophy fish.
Crazy. Oh mate, I'm so stoked. I mean, it's just,
It's the one you was after.
that's the fish right there. And the colour in it, just beautiful. Yeah, he's just cruising up, he'll just sit
Cruise
there.
under there and he'll try hide. He'll bury himself in them weeds. If you're fishing a while, just getting small fish, you think, oh, it's going to be a full small fish section. All of a sudden, just the biggest fish of the river comes out. It's just like, crazy. No, that's why I love it.
You idiot.
Oh, there he is.
Fish on it?
Yeah. Oh, he missed it.
Yes. Clever. Challenge has been thrown down.
Can you do it?
It's the one.
Look at that, mate.
Yep.
Yep. Be a rewarder. Oh, he's a nice fish too.
There had to be one there,
How
man.
good's that? God, he's a nice fish.
And you know what? It's as simple as that. Oh, that's a cracker.
lovely
You
fish.
put the good cast in, you get rewarded. Whoa,
Exactly right,
he's a
mate.
good fish. Straight in. Come on.
Look at that. Awesome, mate.
Wow. That was so sick.
Good
That
cast.
is a prime example of how casting accurately is so important. So I peppered all the way along here, and you can see the back eddy. It's almost like a little cave at the back there. You can see that little back eddy, and you've just got to be thinking, where's he going to sit? Where's the best ambush point? And to flick a cast in under 2 or 3 branches and get it right in there, I finally got one in there and got rewarded with a fish. Makes a
What
big
happened.
difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, mate. You put a few casts in, like a metre off it, no fish, put it straight on.
It's no
bang.
different than barra fishing. If you're not in the snag, you're just not going to get the fish. Is that another eater?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
perfect.
that's our eating fish. So there's the 2 fish we're going to keep out of the, I think we'll probably knock over 100 by the time we're finished here.
We've got a lot of walking to go and a lot of holes to fish, so that
Yeah.
that fish has swallowed it down a bit too. Been with our little tree sticks out here. Scallop down here. It's a fossil of this real big scallop.
That's incredible.
It's huge too. Compare it to the size of your hand. But I can only imagine or assume that back millions of years ago this was once the ocean floor. That's where it's come from. This rock's littered with tiny ones like you see here. Or
Oh yeah.
through there, just like here, like this whole rock here is just loaded with them everywhere. So different to everywhere else. Got a lot of places, like you go to lowland rivers, it's more big gums, obviously gums here. You got these like the painted gums, like in the Highlands, sort of the only place, they're not down south or anything. But just big open paddocks, just dry timber, good rivers, good fish. It's got it all, mate.
Never in a place like this. Let me give it a try. Oh. There's your wine, mate. Some nice red velvet. Some Tassie Pinot Noir to go with it. Cheers. Oh.
So there was just one more location that we wanted to try out. It's certainly not, you know, as romantic as the beautiful river, but it's just this little dam that the owner of the property said to us, look, I know there's some big trout in there. We never fish it, so it might be worth just to cruise over there and cast a lure and see how you go.
I had a little bit of weed on the lure and I wouldn't eat it. Holy smokes, they were monstrous.
What, 2 of them come up?
2. Holy smokes, they're just there. Holy smokes, that was even bigger.
Spooked another one on that cast then.
What's that?
I spooked one as my lure landed.
Really?
Yeah. Put so many casts at the top of its head and you hit it on the head and then all of a sudden it like really slow twitches. Oh, there he's right there. He's back. Oh, here he comes. Oh, he's gonna eat it. Oh, what? He's still there though. You tried to eat it then, Mark. He all of a sudden came alive and nosed it. Fuck, that's a big fish. Holy shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Straight up?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna need that net.
Oh yes you are. Holy smokes, hang on.
What?
That is insane, that's a monster. I need to get the net.
It's a good brown.
Massive fish.
So I just come bow open straight up onto it.
Oh yes, healthy.
Look at that.
That's a cracker.
That is a cracker.
Oh, ho, ho. Come on, baby.
Not happy.
That is a really nice fish.
Wait till he swings his
Take
head
your
around.
time, mate.
Yeah,
He's
right.
hooked really well.
Come over here, I reckon, Mark.
Wow.
What a weapon.
Wow, what a fish.
Big boy.
That's so heavy. You should feel the weight in that. Grab that, mate. Feel that.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Oh, that fish, that's a 10-pound fish.
A bit less than that, I reckon.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, 7 or so.
That's a big
bit
fish. How
Seven or eight.
fat is it? Wow, look at the colours on him. That's a beautiful fish. Come on, mate, I want to smile out of you, mate. That is a cracker.
Spending time with other fishers that share your same enthusiasm and passion for the pastime that we just love is very, very special. Will is such a great young guy and he just lives and breathes his fishing, whether it's bream, trout, trumpeter, whatever it might be. He's embraced the place that he lives in and he just loves it.
You know, just when you think you've seen it all in this country, you get an opportunity like this to come to a very secluded, very beautiful area that truly is a step back in time. Those rivers are just simply magnificent, full of trout, and it's been a real privilege for us to come here and chase those fish. And it makes me think about, you know, the definition of paradise. You know, is it crystal clear blue water on a white sandy beach, maybe a 5-star resort, sipping on a cocktail? Well, to some it probably is. Or is it a shitty old shearer's cottage like this? A river in the middle of nowhere, full of trout, and a hot coffee on a cold day. I know which one I prefer.